Greetings, my white brothers and sisters. You're tuned in to the Blue Tunic Trumpet. I'm your boy Blue, and I figured this video would be a reaction video. I have a YouTube channel now. I can do reaction videos whenever I want. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know, but why not add the a reaction video to the endless sea of them that we already have here on YouTube? While I was out for this last week, I didn't really do too much activity-wise. Technical problems on the one hand I was trying to sort out. Also, I was compiling a list of topics for the channel. Like I said, as I want to gear this towards newer people, I thought it might be a good idea to kind of go with like topics in a beginner fashion and then kind of step it up from there. I still need to develop myself, not only as a YouTube personality, if I can even call myself that, but also just in my own knowledge base. There's always something more I could learn. So with that being said, I was just kind of doing some of this stuff. But this month, I really noticed some blatantly anti-white, if you want to call it entertainment, I guess you could call it that. And it just so blatant that just catches you. It just catches you right away. It blows me away, really. So if you're a new person, what you need to understand is that the entertainment industry, the media industry, is under lock and key for the most part of our eternal enemy, the Jew. Now, I know what you're thinking, especially from you, a guy like the Jews. Just look up a lot of the companies here. You know, for Hollywood production companies, Disney was run by Robert Iger, the Jew. I'm not sure if his replacement is. Pixar has Jews in it. MGM was started by Jews. Universal, I believe, was started by Jews, or is at least owned by Jews now. All sorts of stuff. The newspapers in this country, almost 100% owned by Jews, and I think at least a good 60 to 70% of it's owned by like one family. The major television companies owned by Jews. Sumner Redstone owns like Viacom, which owns Nickelodeon. He owns Fox News. He owns their competitor, I believe CNN or MSNBC. Maybe both. He owns MTV. All of that. So the Jews, and even just a handful of Jews, own a huge portion of the entertainment industry, the media industry, whatever you want to call it. So it's a very useful weapon in their war on whites. Now, I came across three things. One is a music video, one is a movie, and one is a upcoming Netflix series based off of a movie. So I want to deal with these three things, these three pieces of whatever you want to call it, entertainment if you want. And just as a reaction, just for the fun of it, because why the hell not? Now, I was going to do one whole video, but I'm not sure how the whole reaction thing works, because I know you got copyright issues, what you can use, what you can't use, how much you can use. And also everybody knows that YouTube is very biased. Figures as a CEO or a COO who is Jewish. And so they'll punish some people and other people will just completely leave alone. So I figured we would start with reacting to Dear White People. So I will play the trailer. It's about 35 seconds long, and then we'll come back. We'll talk a little bit about it. I would talk over it, sort of as a pause it as it goes kind of trailer, but 35 seconds isn't much to work with, so let's get into it.
Dear white people, here's a list of acceptable Halloween costumes. Pirate, slutty nurse, any of our first 43 presidents. Top of the list of unacceptable costumes, me.
So there you have it. That was the trailer for the upcoming Netflix series Dear White People. What a piece of crap. I'm going to flash up on the screen here the Wikipedia page for Dear White People, the 2014 movie. If you read the synopsis, you've essentially just watched that entire movie within that 35-second trailer. As far as I can tell, there's nothing more to it. I don't know how, in good conscience, you could try and pawn this off as a 10 episode, 30-minute a pop series for Netflix. There's got to be a Jew paying the way for it somewhere. I imagine there is. But it's just such garbage because it just paints white people in the worst light possible. Now, I mean, honestly, it could go worse, but it kind of does it in its worst sort of civil university kind of setting there. It portrays white people wearing blackface. Well, if you read the synopsis for the movie, it was done in retaliation for all of the stuff that the main character, Samantha White, was saying about white people on her radio show. So she started all of the issues. Not surprising, the Negro starts the problem. The white people just react, but I guess they forgot they're not allowed to because they're white. The other part shows them at some kind of party wrecking stuff up. Well, you can read at the end of the synopsis of the movie Dear White People that the blacks get so upset that the white people are having a blackface party that they go there, start a confrontation, and a brawl ensues. Now, of course, blacks being a so-called oppressed minority can get away with whatever they want, whereas these white people should have known better and should have been sensitive to the needs of black people, sensitive to the racial issues that black people face, like the oppression that they imagined in their own minds. So I can already tell just from this trailer that this is going to be garbage. For a little bit there, it looked like Netflix was doing some good moves, releasing some original series that were commendable. I mean, I don't really watch too many, but I know because of at work and people talking about it, I know Netflix had a good thing going, and a number of people have said that. But now you're going to do this? To what end? How much money are you being paid, Netflix? The owner is some white guy, surprisingly not a Jew. What the hell are you doing? But whatever, I don't make the decisions over at Netflix. I can only hope that this bites them in the ass somewhere along the lines. They got some competition coming up, so we can only hope. But before we end this reaction video, let's take a look at the writer and director of Dear White People. His name is Justin Simeon. He's about 33 years old. He was born in Texas. He's a very obvious half-breed. And there's really not that much about him. There's nothing really jump off the page. He just seems like an affirmative action everything. Just like Barry Soetoro was an affirmative action president, just like a lot of non-whites get to where they are in our world because of affirmative action. Nothing that they do themselves, just that the system is geared towards them. They don't have to show any kind of merit or talent or anything like that. It's just whatever. It's handed to them for the most part. Probably the only thing that's really noticeable are two things. The first one would be that he started work on what would become Dear White People in 2006. And the script was inspired by how he felt while he was attending the predominantly white Chapman University. There's your key thing right there, your warning sign. He based all of this on how he felt. Non-whites, especially these Negroes, whether they be the lighter mulatto right on down to the darkest, fuller Negro, are their own best oppressors. I don't know how many of them believe in the dreck of them being an oppressed race here in the U.S., but I'm sure a lot of them really do, at least in some way think that they are constantly victims. And that goes for all the non-whites, mind you, but damn, Negroes are they're really bad. So how he felt was the inspiration for this script. Now you may say, oh, well, that's part of the artistic process. True. But this message that he's put in Dear White People, that these blacks are being oppressed, they're being victimized, it goes beyond just some artistic thing. It goes into full-on racial agitation. He wants to work his brothers and sisters up against the white race for imagined offenses. And again, go back to the Wikipedia page for Dear White People, the movie. Read the synopsis. The white people, as far as I can tell, didn't do a damn thing. It's all in the minds of the Negroes. So unfortunately, he was able to raise enough money on Indiegogo, $25,000. Actually, no, he got $40,000. He won it $25,000 initially. I can only imagine most of that comes from probably some Jews, guilt-ridden whites, and some other Negroes. I'd almost guarantee you a lot of that money came from guilt-ridden whites, morons. And he was unfortunately able to make this film. Beyond that, the only other interesting thing about him is that some people say he's the next Spike Lee. Unfortunately, I wish Spike Lee would just fucking disappear. And down here in his personal life, he came out in 2014 as gay. So this is just a winner by any stretch of the imagination right here. So that was my first reaction video. I hope it went somewhat well. I'll have the other 2 reaction videos coming out in this week. And let me know what you thought. Probably not something I'm going to focus on too much, but while I get some of these other shows together, I thought this was just good cannon fodder to kind of keep me busy, keep me working here on production and stuff like that. And just for the giggles, why not? Anybody else can do a reaction video. And as Moon Man will tell you, Negroes have a lot of reaction videos, so it's time to take away some of that audience, right? But anyway, I'm going to probably tomorrow work on the film called Get Out. I can't wait to sink my teeth into that one. And then the last one will be a music video, so look forward to that, I guess. But until the next video, can you hear the call?